So this is my 2022 Talaria Sting. Got it in the April shipment from eBikeZilla. But before I get into that, I want to give a big plug or shout out to Moped Garage, JP Power Sports here on Oahu. They were the ones that originally had the first Talaria Sting I saw in real life and sat on, and JP there was really good at explaining me the differences between it and the Surron, and yeah, kind of was pretty convinced I wanted one after talking to him, and came home and did a bunch of research and realized I did not want the RST fork version, and so tried to email them and called them back, and they said it only comes with the RST. So ended up getting a hold of eBikeZilla. Yeah, so I contacted eBikeZilla. They confirmed that they had the D&Ms in stock, or actually not in stock, but a container just off their port that they'd be unloading any day or two, and if I paid then that I would be getting one for sure. So oh, but they only delivered free to the lower 48. So they also connected me, or gave me the phone number or website for Aloha Freight Movers, and they were able to, so I shipped it to Compton, and then from Compton, Aloha Freight Movers shipped it over here, and was able to get it for about, I want to say 5,000, yeah, 5,200 maybe total to get it here. Anyway, been super happy with it. Again, thank you to Moped Garage here in Hawaii for the first introduction to it. I do need to go back there and maybe do some shopping for some trick parts, because I think they started carrying a bunch of stuff for them now. Done a few things to it to make it a little bit nicer, ride a little nicer. Got a bunch more planned. Well, not a whole bunch, but a bit. But anyway, what I've done so far is got rid of the front and rear brake sensors, got rid of the kickstand sensor. Plenty of videos about that, so I won't really go into how to do all that. So one other thing that I've done that didn't cost much, or was practically free, was I added a piece of 3/8 inch rubber padding to here to keep the battery from moving around or rattling around in there. I also added a 1/4 inch piece of square pad to the bottom of the battery on each corner. That raises it a bit and pushes the battery against this pad here better. So that worked pretty good. It works pretty good. It did not, what I was hoping, stop the rattling here. I saw something somebody posted today on one of the Facebook pages where he has cut some rubber washers. I kind of was thinking about doing that myself, so I'm going to go to Ace Hardware or somewhere and get some rubber washers, stick that in there, and get rid of that annoying rattle. The other thing I've done is I've adjusted the sag and the recoil and that on the rear shock. I've put air in the D&M fork and adjusted these settings here as well. Did that after watching a bunch of videos and taking a bunch of notes. I had no idea really what I was doing, never had anything like this before, but came up with what I think is pretty good. I'll probably do another video about that after I take it off-road some more and really test that out and dial that in. Then also, I think it's a good idea to plug the companies that are putting their neck out there making parts for these things, and I'm doing a good job of it. First item I got from one of those companies was this peg brace support, and that's from Gritshift. So one thing about the Gritshift, and I guess maybe all the others, I'm not exactly sure, you guys can comment about that if you know for sure, is that you do have to drill this out. There's plenty of videos about what size drill bit, I forget which one, but you drill that out for that to go in. One other Gritshift item that I got was this 2-inch riser stem, the double. It is very nicely made. It went on awesome. One thing about Gritshift, I wish they would figure out a better way to ship to Hawaii here. They got free shipping for all you guys on the lower 48, but for us it's really expensive. You know, could have put this part easily in a flat rate box for under $9, but they wanted to charge 30, so I had to ship it to my brother-in-law, and then he had to ship it to me. Kind of a pain in the butt, but yeah, I wish Gritshift would put a little more effort into their shipping to us here in Hawaii. But anyway, they make awesome stuff, and yeah, stoked on those parts. This part here, I was hoping was going to take away some of the noise from back in this area. I still hear some clanking or whatever, not sure how to describe it that well, but yeah, maybe a Gritshift also makes a piece for this, I guess a H-bar or triangle, maybe you'd call it here. Maybe once I get that piece as well, then all that that noise will go away. But still hear a little bit of noise in here. It didn't take away the noise, but a very nice piece over the stock one. That's pretty much it for the Gritshift stuff. Yeah, so I'm super stoked on my pegs that I got. Got these from Spec Surron. They're making all kinds of cool stuff for Talaria. I see up and coming on their website they got a new seat for us 2022ers. I guess the 2023 seat's a little better. So they have these pegs and a peg brace for 75 bucks basically on their website right now, which is an awesome deal. I got these pegs only for $50 plus 15 shipping to here in Hawaii, so 65 bucks for some badass pegs delivered here. I think they are $55 plus shipping on their site now, but these race spec pegs are legit. A lot better price than all the others. Yeah, they got the removable tips, so super nice CNC machined aluminum sick pegs from Spec Surron. Super stoked on that. All right, and from the guys at Charged, I was chatting with them about some tires on the internet or on their chat off their website, and after that they gave me some great advice about the tires. I got into chatting with them about this sprocket. I got the 52 tooth warp 9. Then I went with the Renthal R1 MX non-O-ring chain, and pretty happy with that. Haven't really had it off-road yet, but can't wait to rip around with that on some trails and stuff with a little bit lighter weight front wheel, or a little more power to pull the front wheel up. Yeah, so these are the Pro Taper Synergy grips. Got these at local shop, Montgomery Power Sports on Nimitz. Really like the way they feel. Super thin grip. I like a thin, firm grip, but with lots of sticky tackiness, and these fit the bill on that. I did cut the end off in order to put my bar plugs in, but anyway, that's what's going on with those. Love them. They also gave me great advice on chain cleaner and chain lube. They are also carrying Talarias with the RST shocks I saw in there, which is kind of cool. Anyway, got the grips from those guys and got some great advice. Montgomery Power Sports on Nimitz. One other thing, one other local plug here. I was out riding around, and in Hawaii we got these some pretty nasty thorns. I can see I got one in my tire here right now. Anyway, I got a flat and was able to get it into e-bike Hawaii over here close to Diamond Head, and they were able to get some slime in there for me and air up my tires, and I haven't had an issue since. So thank you to e-bikes Hawaii over here by Diamond Head. My parts I got off of Amazon, and one of those, or one of the first things I got, was this fender. Before I ordered the bike, or after I ordered the bike, it sounded to me like the only front fender they came with was this super cheesy thing for the RST forks, or didn't want to run that at all. So ordered about 8 different fenders, had them waiting here for when the bike got here. Ended up going with this one here. I think it fits the lines of the bike pretty cool. I love the little air fin kind of deal there toward your controller. It's kind of a bigger fender, makes the bike look a little bit bigger and like a regular dirt bike, I guess. So that was the one I went with. I'll put the links for all my Amazon stuff in the description. So this Amazon item here, which is the spacer that you need for when you get any kind of double clamp where your gooseneck isn't clamped around here anymore, your bar mount isn't clamped around your center tube anymore. If you want to be able to adjust your headset tension, you're going to need something like this, or cut the tube and put a cap in a small one. Came with this titanium rainbow fastener, which I thought sounded pretty cool. Really liked it once I got it, and already had in mind to change all of the hardware on the bike to 3/16 stainless, but then my mind changed to, hey, let's do it all in this titanium once I got that. Titanium came from Amazon. Some of it came from eBay. A couple of these things like this valve stem caps, those aren't titanium. I think I've already found some, but haven't bought those yet. And these bar end caps, those are not titanium either, but they have the look. The titanium, I think, looks super sick. I got all these back in here in the back of the battery. These here on the little fender. I found these little brake pin ones even. Got them on both my front and rear brake rotors. Got them holding on the Warp 9 sprocket. Chain guard here and on the inside. Got that one there on the gearbox. Got these outer ones here, the bash plate. These nuts are titanium on here. So are these screws, all the screws under here, all titanium. These in here, these outer controller ones, I might go ahead and get these. Maybe I'll just wait and get a new controller, not sure about that. I got the crown pinch bolts all done. I got all the Gritshift double bar mount ones done. My mirror bolts, screws for the Acerbies, the brake mount, the throttle screws, the light bolts, the light mount bracket bolts. So I also got all these brackets inside here that hold on your gearbox cover, the gearbox cover itself. These little ones on both sides of the motor. Just about everywhere I could get. Yeah, super stoked to find these. My D&M forks were missing one of these caps already, and was able to find these in titanium and was super stoked about that. Did all these, of course, the front brake rotor, like I said, all the brake mount bolts, the pin again. And yeah, that's about it for all that sick titanium. Oh, and the ignition. Other item I got off of Amazon were these Shimano HO3C brake pads. They do a really good job of upgrading these stock brakes, and yeah, really happy with those. Got these Acerbis X Elite handguards. Those came off of Amazon as well. I got my Renthal Fat Bar Light carbon handlebars off of Amazon. Maybe that wasn't a great idea. I think I'm going to go with the Deity high-rise bars soon or next. I'm not real confident in these if I eat it or whatever. Anyway, they look pretty sick, but I don't know. What do you guys think about those? Stuff I'm going to do in the future. I already have some thin rubber sheet ordered from Amazon that's I'm going to make a rear shock guard. So I want to do a 3.5 inch rear 241 or 244s, but the guys at Charged, they informed me that that tire is taller than the front 244 or 241. So I'm going to have to figure out, well, I'm going to try to figure out a shorter 3.5 rear dual sport that's not too heavy, and a taller 19-inch front dual sport tire that is tall, in order to hopefully minimize, or certainly not increase, the stink bug stance, they call it. Kind of been jealous of everybody's KO controller posts lately. Been doing a little bit of research on that and watched some videos about that. I think I'm probably going to end up with the Nano controller eventually. Seems to be the one that will work good for me. I'm not a serious moto man. I like riding some trails and going over some little jumps, whatever, but yeah, that should be plenty of power for me, the Nano sounds like. So I do think I'm going to be looking for a new throttle maybe in the future. Something where I don't have to twist it back quite as far to get it to full throttle. Also looking for something a little smoother. This is out of the batch that has the smoother throttles, but yeah, I don't really, it just seems a little twitchy-ish sometimes. It's at some certain power bands where I'm right in the street. If I barely move it a smidgen, I can really feel a big reaction. Not sure if the throttle's going to do that or maybe the controller. If you know, please comment and help me out with that. Yeah, so my next phase of titanium, I'm going to be doing this bolt and this bolt, well, and nut, bolt and nut. Looking for the axle bolt and nut. Looking for something to do here. Get these adjusters also. I'll get the kickstand pin or whatever bolt here. Probably start looking to do these motor mount bolts. Motor mount bolt again here and here. I'm not looking forward to trying to even take these out. These I've already tried a little bit, and they are going to be a bear. I'm going to have to heat those guys up. So I got about 5 of the 8 small ones around the motor here on the inside done. Gonna still need to get these tapered 4s, I believe is what size those are. And I'll be looking to replace these pins and E-clips with titanium.